Hi, I'm Mark Arnold from Big Difference Consulting. I work with a lot of different types of organisations, and one key challenge I think for managers is to get the respect of their teams. So I ask managers to think of people they've worked for in the past and to tell me why they perhaps respected that manager or why they didn't respect that manager. And in terms of respecting managers, they come up with a whole host of ideas. For example, they say that their manager had time for them, or their manager was very clear in giving instructions, or their manager was a good listener, or their manager showed integrity. But there's one really important point that they often forget, and that is taking responsibility up and down the line. Now, a lot of middle managers in particular are squeezed nowadays between senior managers and their teams. In a way, they can become a kind of messenger boy, taking messages up the line and giving top management's messages down, passing top managers' messages down the line. So in fact, there's a lot of pressure for middle managers these days. One way they can alleviate that pressure is to take a bit more responsibility. For example, when they're passing messages from the senior team down to their people, not to sort of say, for example, I'm going to talk to you now as my team. How's this? This is scene one. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to stay late today. It's not me asking you this, it's the Mr. Brown, the general manager down in London. It's not me, I'd never ask you to do this. It's Mr. Brown asking. Okay. It's a big temptation to pass the buck up the line because it's painful taking the responsibility yourself. A lot of managers want to be liked, and I know that this was a problem I had when I first started out as a line manager. I wanted my team to like me, so for a difficult decision I'd often pass it up the line and sort of say, oh, it's not me asking you to do this, it's my senior manager. But now, scene two, I'm going to ask you in a different way. Rather than saying it's my manager would like you to do this, I'm going to ask for it myself. Hi team, I'd like to ask you to work later tonight. I'm afraid I need you to work later because we need to get this work finished. Do you see the difference now between this scene and the previous scene? It's taking responsibility up the line. Similarly, when I'm talking to my boss, what respect do I gain in his or her eyes when I say, oh, I'm sorry we didn't finish this work. It's because my team let me down. It wasn't me. I gave it to Jane. She said she wasn't interested, and Peter, he wasn't very helpful. I'm afraid it's not my fault we didn't get the work. What respect do you think I'm going to engender in the eyes of my boss? Now, take it a different way. I'm sorry, we didn't finish the work. I take full responsibility. I'm afraid I didn't get the work finished. We can work overtime next week, or perhaps I can come in tomorrow to help get that finished for you. Now, I still didn't get the job finished, but in the eyes of my senior, I've probably got a lot more respect than trying to blame other people around me. So to sum up, taking responsibility up and down the line, a key point if you want to get the respect of your team. If you want to talk about this in more detail and how we work with companies to engender that in their people, please give me a call or go to our website.